Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the Back Office Teardown Lab. Today we're doing a project with this little guy. Yep, this tiny Bluetooth module. Why do I keep saying that? Wi-Fi module we pulled out of a tablet a few days ago. Now, if you recall, there is a little issue with that because it is a 3v3 device, which is slightly annoying, of course. And we do want to hook it up to a regular USB. So the pins from left to right on a regular USB, I'm trying to remember. I think if you hold it this way, which is kind of the flat edge up, that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that means it's 5 volts minus plus ground. So you're going to have 5 volts minus plus ground, which would make sense, a lot of sense for hooking up that way. Now the problem is we can't just solder that straight on because we need to get our 3v3, and it means we need a voltage dropper, and I cannot find for the life of me anything here that will drop the voltage, you know, like a small regulator. So what I did is I made myself a bowl full of sausages like you do, and then had a little nibble. And then thought, why don't we use some diodes? Because you get a 0.7 drop thereabouts on a diode. And I've got these ridiculously huge diodes. Actually, I can't think of anything more inappropriate to use. Because look at the size of this. Each diode is bigger than the whole bloody thing. Crikey, have you ever seen anything like that? These apparently are diodes for handling like 600 volts. I mean, I could just probably fit some surface mount ones on there. But let's try this. If it works, maybe what we'll do is get to sort that out properly with some surface mount ones at some point. So the idea is, if you get diodes in series, you can use them to lower the voltage of a circuit. So I've got my soldering iron on. I'm just trying to think how we're going to do this. Let's solder this thing up first because it makes way more sense. Okay, and I'm just going to bend up that 3v3 leg because we don't really want to use that right now. I do apologise if it's out of focus. Oh, it snapped off. Back to the drawing board. Let me go get one of these. Okay, we're in luck. So we've decided this is the way we were going to hook it up, this way. But I've got this. I've got my sort of charge doctor, and I can tell you can't really see what's going on the screen, can you, with this guy? So let's swap it out. There you go. That's a better one, isn't it? But basically what it's telling me, it's nearly 5 volts out. That's the plan. So we should be having 5 volts on this pin. So I thought was actually, rather than doing all the bending and stuff right away, which I'm still going to do, but why don't I actually also use the opportunity for us to solder those diodes in and test the diodes across the power supply to make sure that we are losing enough juice. And also, by the way, while I was in the boxes, I found slightly better diodes. And I say slightly better, immeasurably better. They're actually way tinier. So there's one on there. And you've noticed I've not cut the leads down or anything. I'm just leaving them as a kind of a crazy thing. A crazy demonstrator. So you want to make sure that the polarities are all correct. So imagine this is positive. So you're looking for the line on the LED diodes to be going towards the negative. So let's see. I think that's going to be able to handle what we need. So let's measure that now. Place your bets now as to what voltage we're going to see. What? Why am I seeing 23 volts? What's going on here? What kind of madness is this? Well, it's sort of suggesting we've only lost a volt, but the problem is it's going to be highly dependent on load. But let's just crack on. I don't care so much about this module, so let's see if there's a way I can solder it in and still get all of that goodness of the diodes out of our way. So I'm just going to clean these up, make sure that diode isn't anywhere near touching. So if I bend the other three legs down slightly, we should be able to, or bend them up totally, we should be able to avoid clashing with our diode ladder. It's going to be tight, but I think we can do it. Or Andrew, you could just use a bit of wire. That I could do indeed. Where's the fun in doing something properly? Don't know, having a lot of trouble. Oh, it's my iron. I was using my soldering iron earlier, and I had it set to silly temperatures because I was working with very heavy things. But when you work with this sort of temperature, it does cause the flux and solder to sort of denature instantly. It's not good when you're trying to buy yourself a bit of time to work a joint. So I think when I sort of assume this will be the same sort of pin outs in terms of the pitch, I think I must have been completely off my mind because it's nowhere near. That's fine, we're just using bits of wire and bits of stuff we find lying around. Tweezers. I do apologise for those watching at home. I mean, this is a kind of, I feel like I'm in a daze right now. I'm in a sausage coma. Yay! Right, so then the last bit is our diode here. And we want to make sure that's spot on. Boom. So that's our very neat pocket-sized USB Bluetooth dongle, but no Bluetooth dongle, oh so bloody Bluetooth Wi-Fi dongle is complete without an antenna. So let's get its antenna soldered on. There is a sort of ground pin for that antenna too, so if you want to, you can connect the shield. I know I alluded to in one of my earlier videos that I'm going to have to get a new tip for my soldering iron broken in, but dang, it really is. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Right, so now we have our module. So all we need now is a suitable computer for testing it in. Okay friends, let's do this. Here it goes. And there it appears. So if you see there flickering up, Realtek RTL 8188EU wireless network down the laptop. Well, well, well. So we've got success, great success. I'm not actually sure, thinking about it in Windows, how I look for this now, but it definitely seems to be there, advanced. That's funky, isn't it? And just to prove it's that, if you look at the list here, it says Realtek something. Let's just take it out. And it's gone. It's gone. So you too can make your own pocket-sized Wi-Fi thing just by smashing open a tablet and connecting a few parts together. What a great job, eh? Thanks for watching.